Alright, here's my excuse me, example of partial products. So here's my multiplication problem, 3,245 times 25. So what this is, all we're doing is applying the distributive property. Here I'm multiplying 5 times 5. Okay, I'm multiplying the value of every number. Think back to chapter 1 on what value is. Okay, so 5 times 5 is 25. Then I go 5 times the 4, which is 40, because it's in the tens place. 5 times 4, 40 is 200. Excuse me. And then I move on to the 5 times the 200. 5 times 200 is 1,000. Then I move on to the 5 times 3,000, which is 15,000. Okay, so I'm done with the 5. Now I need to move on to the 20s. So 20 times 5 is 100. 20 times 40 is 800. 20 times 200 is 4,000. And finally, 20 times 3,000, which is 60,000. Now, the hard part, adding them all up. Now, you'll notice that I was very meticulous and detailed when I was putting these in order. I wanted to make sure that everything was nice and neatly lined up, because remember, when we add, we're only allowed to add the same place values together. So I can't be adding the ones place and tens place together. So that's the only drawback I have about this this method of multiplication, is making sure that everything is nice and neatly lined up. All the place values are in the same column. So if you choose this, I highly recommend that you do one of two things. Either you turn your paper sideways, so instead of having rows you have columns, or you invest in some grid paper, and each number gets one individual box. Okay, so this is an example of partial products. If this is the method of your choice, by golly, use it. If you like it, make sure you use it. One thing too I want to point out before I go, you notice I put the multiplication problems over here to the side, just so that I know that I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I multiplied 8 different times. Okay, I multiplied 8 different times, and I put the numbers out to the side just to remind myself that, hey, this is what I need to do, so I don't forget anything. Okay, and that is partial products.